Virgo. Welcome to your tarot reading today with a few oracles at the end. Where you're at today with the Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Fascinating. That's a fascinating energy. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what's going on with you. And how does that make you act in the outside? Eight of Swords and the World card. Really interesting. I'm already very curious. At the basis of this reading, the Three of Wands, and something from the recent past, the Fool and the Page of Wands, very lovely, youthful energy, and that's too many, a potential outcome. So we've got two here, which is the King of Wands, two piles, King of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, and then another clump of the, what busy energy, gosh, Five of Wands and the Nine of Cups, but they came in two piles, and something for the near future, please. The Lovers, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Oh, and there's another one, and the Two of Pentacles. Very busy, very chatty cards that you've got today. It's lots wanting to be communicated. So let's see. I feel like this is your attitude, the High Priestess. Beautiful. Your environment, please. Your environment. Your environment. That one. The Eight of Wands, it sure is. That's fast and furious. And your hopes and fears. Your hopes and fears. Your hopes and fears. Let's see, those two. The Justice card and the Page of Cups, the beautiful energy. And where it's all leading, an outcome, please. An outcome. Just one card. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Big times. Something really is shifting. So there's so many interesting and diverse energies sort of fighting with themselves. At the basis, we have the Three of Pentacles. So Three of Wands, so it is about you finding a new way forward in life, on what you're going to focus on next. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to be looking at this or this. I'm going to try looking at this. Let's see if that's better. What you should be focusing on next. And there's a kind of push-pull with your energy because it's so sort of vibrant and sort of full of life. There's a little bit of, driving with the handbrake on to start with, but we see you getting there. So I'm going to just dive in because I don't think that otherwise, if I spend too long looking at all the contradictory messages, we won't get there. I want to just have a deep look at these cards now for you. So in your interior world, we've got the Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So we see an ending with the Ten of Swords. This is the minor to the death. We see some fear of giving your power away with the Seven of Swords, but we also see celebrating. I mean, it could be you in relationship to a group of friends where there's been an ending or a change, a rebirth, and there's some sort of worry about giving your power away. It could be that. But the first thing that jumped into my mind when I saw it as it came down initially when we were pulling them was you're celebrating with friends, unending, and you're happy to give some power away. You're happy to... It's as if, okay, I'm done with that situation, and anything to get away from it. I don't care. I need to just get out. It's like if you had a really bad divorce and maybe the divorce proceedings didn't go the deal didn't get, you didn't get exactly what you wanted, but you were so happy to be out of that situation that you couldn't help but celebrate with friends. That's definitely the hit I got when I first saw it. So how this makes you act in the outside world is so interesting because we've got you bound up in the Eight of Swords, not able to untie yourself from your own negative thoughts and circular self-victimizing thoughts. But then the world, so more of this contradictory, you in the center of the world, you at the end of this process. Let me just feel into this. I think you are still bound by the residual of some negative thought, but nonetheless, you've become the center of your world, and maybe it makes you feel a little bit uncertain because you're not used to being in the center of your own world. It is the culmination of a stage, but we see you here in the wreath of success, and maybe because of this previous situation that's ended, you're not used to it. Now, if it is with friends, it would almost be like it worries you to be center of attention. You know, I'm scared of getting my energy stolen. We can see that there. There's an end to a cycle. Maybe now with this new cycle where you're in the center of it, it worries you that you're in the center of it. You're worried of jealous energies. But if it's, as I said, with the marriage or something that's ending, it's just the new cycle where you are the center is slightly worrying and unusual to you. Okay, that's fine. We can work with that. We all feel strange in new circumstances. The basis of the reading, as I said, is the Three of Wands, looking out at those ships. You've alighted on something that you want now. You've got your back to us. You don't care about anyone else. You're hyper-focused on where you want to go. And you know where it is now. In the Two of Wands, you were looking for somewhere to plant your new creative passion. Now you know what it is. And you're looking at those ships either coming in or ready to take you off into further amazing adventures. So that's lovely. And in the recent past, this incredible exuberant energy of the new cycle with the Fool, and then backed up by something that wants to converse with him in the Page of Wands. I mean, these two energies would be best friends in the pub. You know, they'd be, whoa, what are we going to get on with? Both of them with their heads up, ignoring the mountains of the things that they might have to face, the challenges and the achievements behind them, looking up for inspiration, looking at the tip of the wand with this character in the Page of Wands, looking right into this beautiful yellow, expansive optimism with the Fool. And so there has been an incredible, exuberant new start, which I love. In your potential outcome, so we got these two piles. We got the Six of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles taking you to the King of Wands. So taking yourself out of rough waters into smooth waters with lots of lessons learnt from whatever this ending was, to the Eight of Pentacles, where we start to really work on something we're very good at, to become the king, to become the sort of grand entrepreneur. So that's one path. And then there's this other strand, which is Five of Wands and the Nine of Cups, which is just jumping in with gusto, sort of very akin to that Page of Wands and the Fool energy, to get what your heart desires, to go after this wish fulfillment. It's intoxicating, it's youthful, this energy. So I think we're being asked to understand that there's part of you that feels youthful and in the center of your world and like celebrating with your other youthful energies. And then there's part of you that's aware that you've learnt a big lesson here, that that you need to put your head down and work in order to become the kind of granddaddy of the wands, the sort of realised entrepreneurial version of all of this passion. So I don't mind that. I think you're in two minds, and that's good. Coming up in the near future, another great big bunch of cards. So we've got the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. So a partnership with what you love and juggling. So I'm going to hide the Lovers because sometimes they don't like the images. A partnership or a divine offer of this that you're going to take, of this cup, something that you really love, that means for a while you're juggling. It's very, very busy, maybe between these two sides of yourself again. The bit that's worried about being center of your world, the bit that worries about how you're going to strategize and learn from this, doesn't want your energy stolen. But you are basically moving into this resplendent time of the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So loving what you are creating in the physical world, loving your artistry and appreciating yourself for being the center of the world. The page of, the Nine of Pentacles is a very singular character, and she's sort of there in her wreath of success, really, in her beautiful garden. So you are moving into this, accepting this cup, which I love. In your attitude, you're very deep into your wisdom with the High Priestess. You're following those inner impish voices, but with wisdom. It's as if, even if it's a kind of strange, murky journey, there's a lot of wisdom informing it. What am I seeing here? The two pillars which indicate merging those two opposite attitudes that you've got going on. She can take you on that journey. She can get you to the point of peace where you worry about being the center of attention, where you worry that about having your energy taken, where you need to look after parts of yourself, and then the other part that's just, whoa, I'm really excited. I wonder whether you can hear the lovely bird outside, even through my windows, which aren't open. Really liked your whoa energy. In your environment, yeah, it's fast and furious, the Eight of Wands. There's lots of messages coming through. It's goal-directed. It's full of communications, probably from all parts of yourself, from whatever new things are being set up in the wake of this new start. And which I think is about passion, and I think is probably about work, but not just work. I'm getting it sort of, I think it's about you. I think it's about you bringing these passions online, being seen in your community for this passionate person that you are. So lots of messages indicates you're sending out this new version of yourself. You're full, your Page of Wands, you're in the center of your world. You don't mind. Maybe you're on social media, maybe doing something like this where you're suddenly center of the world and you don't mind being seen that way, but you're still a little bit nervous about it. I relate. And then in your hopes and fears, we've got Justice and the Page of Cups. You want this lovely youthful energy that we know is all over your energy, your reading, to be protected, to be kept fair and safe in the world. You want him to be able to flourish, and for it to be him to be treated fairly, not squashed or chastised. And in the outcome, the change has been made with the Major 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. You have jumped in and made a change, and that implies all the things in your potential outcome, which were, this unleashing of your creative energy, the wish fulfillment, the learning, the hard work, and then this kind of creative, stable figure of the King of Wands. I love it. Let's have some comments from the Enchanted Forest card first. What a lovely springy energy you've got. So we've got two here. Oh yeah, lovely. We've got the Four of Challenges and the Seven of Spells. Look at those two. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Seven of Spells, I think, is talking about, let's start with that, the Seven of Swords. Oh no, the Four of Challenges is open. Let's read this first. Gathering your inner resources and replenishing your spiritual strength, respite, sanctuary in times of trouble, a temporary peace. The forbidding winter forest offers little in the way of comforts or relief. Thorns, icicles and sharp frozen branches torment the wary traveller. Landmarks are few, footprints are quickly obscured by flurries. It can feel like we'll never escape this fearsome wood, and then we come upon a miracle. In the midst of the gloom shines a green-leafed rowan tree in full berried fruit. All of the trees in this enchanted forest, rowan offers the most powerful protection from both magical and earthly attacks. The earth around the tree is also green, providing a blessed place of sanctuary and repose. This card shows that there is an opportunity for you to find some peace, even if you still have challenges ahead. Getting out of the winter wood, for one. Determine what sanctuary would look and feel like, and then insist on availing yourself of it. When you're in the midst of conflict, taking a time out can often lead to greater clarity and a solution to the strife. There is nothing to be gained by perusing the problem right now. Okay, so it does indicate why you're worried. You know, it's been tricky, whatever this ending is, but you've got to this sanctuary, but it's saying it's almost a staging post. It's saying almost, you know, you're safe, but we can understand why you're a little worried. So let's get the advice of the Seven of Spells. Look at them with the dragon. Seven of Spells. Wow, I opened both right to the right page. How wonderful. Holding your own under attack, trivial problems adding up, misunderstandings and defensiveness. So I think this is the Seven of Wands. Our friend the young wyvern has grown up, is growing fast, no longer a hatchling. He's able to go out at night by himself. And tonight he's been ambushed by a mob of torch-wielding gnomes. Gnomes are earth elementals, which means they can get a bit stuck in their ways and in their attitudes. Things that are unfair or unfamiliar feel threatening to them. A bit like if you're changing your environment, who you are, those around you might not like it. The gnomes want to upset the wyvern and frighten it into leaving their forest. The wyvern is in a position of advantage over the gnomes, but he can't flee. He isn't breathing fire at the moment, but he could and he might. This is you gaining your strength. The situation does not bode well. So the wyvern makes me think of you in that Fool, in that Page of Wands and also Page of Cups. But he's about to learn to breathe fire. The gnomes represent lesser forces that may be rallied against you. Don't stoop to their level and do not return fire. There is a good chance that their ideas are misinformed. Wait for tempers to cool, then find a common ground and work towards peace. I think it's, you know, like the wyvern up on his higher ground, not able to go any further, like finding this beautiful tree right in the middle of the scary forest. There's a moment where you're waiting to get your fire. You're all new and fired up, and it is coming, and you're holding your own, but don't be pulled down by people not liking you changing, is what I want to say. Oh no, let's get our Shining Tribe Oracle, Tarot, The Gift of Stones. This is by Rachel Pollock, and it's a bit denser and it's beautiful. I'll try not to read too much of it, but it's very wise. Gift of Stones. Nine of Stones. We need to go to the end for the gifts. Oh, come on. Speaker of Stones. So it'll just be here. So at the end in Précis, it says, intimate sharing, links between parents and children or between friends, finding deep meaning in your own experience, pilgrimages or sacred journeys, harvest, abundance and gifts of the earth. So immediately that's making me think with links between parents and children, pilgrimages and sacred journeys. You're definitely on a sacred journey with the Fool. And there is this sense of parental with the Justice card and groups. There's sort of parental energies that are popping in everywhere. And it is also a sense of harvest. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm trying to find the right place. So I'm going to go... it's very much about her own experiences. Two temples in the centre of this card derive from the oldest freestanding building in the world. The pictorial view we see here from above is an outline of the walls. So, in fact, I saw Judy Chicago did a wonderful exhibit where she remade this kind of goddess shape for a Dior. I saw a video of her doing it for a Dior fashion show, which was pretty punchy. She was in her 80s. It's beautiful. So maybe that's something to do with it. A woman of a certain age who is not expected to be creative, who's suddenly coming into her own, that could feel like the Fool energy. I think that's what I'm getting from this. It could feel as if you're sort of stepping out of what you're meant to be doing at your age, whether you're young or old. And it's ruffling people's feathers. Because stones, their physical reality, then she talks all about her own experience. So maybe that's what I'm meant to be getting from it. Yeah, I just think it's about that's what I'm meant to be getting from it. Wisdom found in natural stones, the human-made temples. What was that? Oh, it must be my glasses. That's strange. I felt like I saw something out of the corner of my eye, as if something moved behind this tent, and I'm on my own here. Strange. So, the wisdom found in natural stones and human-made temples throughout the world, the journey we take to such places are the gift of stones. So, finding your own temple, going on a bold pilgrimage, the gift of and the wisdom found in natural stone. Okay, that might be specific to someone, but it's also about, I think, being like Judy Chicago, being a great creative spirit that won't be put down or pinned down because of age, and is also very concerned with women's issues. Nature spirits. Yeah, listen to the nature spirits here. Gain your wisdom from some sort of pilgrimage. It's like the path, isn't it? This is still like the path that we're going on. Kind of into the woods to follow our own creative impulses. Yeah, transcending. Look at that. You're transcending what you're supposed to be at whatever age you're at, whatever group of friends you're with, are probably quite surprised with who you're becoming. And I want you to not worry about that, okay? It's hard, I know, but you just have to follow your own path. And that's 3. We're not going to take 3. We've just like one divine oracle, divine muses. What have we got here? Totality, infinity, beautiful. Let's read from the book with this. Totality, infinity. It's the final card, so it feels very special and elevated. Cycles, rebirth, eternity. The appearance of totality and infinity is a sign that your transformation is occurring in some aspect of your life. It's affirming that you're peeling back the layers of the great mystery and approaching life in a more evolved and new way. When the oracle has been pulled, something is ending and another thing is beginning. Well, we saw that with the 10 of Swords. The regenerative nature of the universe is infinite. The time is ripe to free yourself from habits of an old paradigm. My dad used to talk about paradigm shifts all the time. It was sort of something I grew up thinking about a lot as a kid. It's when you just switch your whole view suddenly. It's like being the fool. It's as if your entire Umwelt, another one of his things that he loved to talk about, your entire perceived perception of what the world is suddenly broadens or changes. And so here we see that you probably have done that. The Ouroboros is an ancient and deeply magical symbol and embodies the unending cycle of birth, death and rebirth, eternal life. It's an important alchemical symbol of infinity, renewal and transformation. It's the water element equivalent to the fiery phoenix, the water element's equivalent to the fiery phoenix, which represents rebirth, immortality and the cycles of life. In the form as a circle and serpent reflects, its form as a circle and serpent reflects 2 age-old images of the divine. The circle is the primary pattern of the natural world with no beginning or ending. It stands for completeness and perfection and wholeness. All of life is cyclical. Things grow, thrive, wither and die, and then from Kombos, new life arises. The serpent, swallowing its own tail, represents the unending universe, which constantly devours and renews itself. It's been placed as far back as ancient Egypt or Greece as a symbol of regeneration, healing, and everlasting life. This card, I'm going to leave all of this next bit. It's really beautiful. It's all about the alchemical process. It says here, we move up a level of awareness, peel back a level, or reveal more of the truth of our beyond. In turn, we can see more clearly who we really are. There are more levels to ascend and more layers to peel back, and there are deeper truths. You are more than you know, and the more you know, you don't know. When you think you've arrived, there's another door. Never stop. Doesn't matter what age you are, never stop. Don't be bound by other people's ideas. This card may signal that repetition of history is occurring. It could also represent self-sufficiency or rebirth of a moment or an idea. It may refer to something that's continued over a period of time, an unbroken process or consistent theme. Totality and infinity in one breath celebrates the culmination of a process and buzzes with excitement at the initiation of a new phase. I love it. And then it talks about the card. This is an image dated from 1478. The Ouroboros is an alchemical symbol of eternity, wholeness, and the law of endless return. The black texture on the card represents the blackening phase, which is the start of the alchemical process. The gold crown indicates the culmination of Rubio, the success of spiritual gold. And then the cycle begins again. One is all, says Ouroboros, who symbolises the one. I am the beginning and the end. That's so beautiful. It does talk with this. It really works with the Fool, who is all about those symbols of beginning of rebirth, and feels very magical. Can jump into the deck at any point. So it's a real affirmation of this new cycle for you, and the deeper wisdom of yourself. Now I'm going to pull one final card from the Before Tarot, which I've just picked up out. And this is interesting. Okay, we've got the Nine of Wands. So this is you before. This is where you've been, feeling a little bit defensive because there is a big wolf coming at you. It is just a stage, because we've got the two lines of the stage card. So it's talking about you have got a right to have felt a little bit defensive in this situation. Oh, there's a bit of hair. It's so annoying. But that is you before. Let's just see if there's anything else from the before ones. But now we see that you've had a change of perspective. The Hanged Man, informed by those black crows that are hanging above him. You're being talked to by spirits. You're understanding that however defensive you are, you can return to something beautiful with the Six of Cups, where you're putting planting the flowers that you end up being able to offer to your younger self, gifts from your younger self. You're returning again to that younger space through this change of perspective. All the things you planted as a child are coming to bear some sort of fruit as you begin this new circle. And one last word, yeah. That's so lovely. So I picked another deck, Rider-Waite deck, and one last word is, yeah, you've alighted on it. Off you go. Your new mission is started. This is the underpinning of this whole spread. What's at the basis of it? You knowing what you want to go after now. This is so beautiful. Go for it. Set your sights. Your ships are coming in, or you're about to jump on one of those ships, and you're about to become this magnificent version of yourself. Don't worry about the wolves. Don't worry about anybody being unsettled by you changing who you are. You must make this pilgrimage now. You're off. See you again.